Welcome back, friends. Today we're reviewing the Air Jordan 4 OG White Cement. Before we get started, I know a lot of you guys want to just see the lace swap, so by all means, feel free to go to the bookmarks and click on the lace swap to jump to the lace swap section. I have to thank a friend of mine for letting me borrow his pair because I've got really wide feet, so Jordan 4s do not work for me. I love the Jordan 4s. I could never afford it growing up. By the time I could, my feet have grown into a size 13 wide and doesn't fit me. So very, very gracious of a friend to lend me his pair for this review. A little bit of history. The Jordan 4 released in 1989 and came in 4 original colorways. The first being the Air Jordan 4 White Black, which we all know as the White Cement. The next one is the Air Jordan 4 Black Cement, which we also know as the Air Jordan 4 Bread. And then there's the Air Jordan 4 Fire Red that you see here. And finally, we have the Air Jordan 4 Military Blue that released last year, I believe it was. But yeah, these were the 4 original colorways way back in 1989 when they first came out. So I found this really cool website off of the sneakers subreddit, 23andfly.com. Pretty cool website with a really great history of the shoe. So I'm going to actually use this site today to kind of go over the White Cement Jordan 4 that we're reviewing here today. So you can see here, this is released in 1989, and we'll click on the White Cement. And after 1989, the first retro came out in 1999. Quite a bit different, big longer tongue and everything like that compared to the original. 2012 followed the same pattern, and then eventually we got to 2016 release, and then of course 2025 we have our new release for this year for the Jordan 4 White Cement. And let's get to the unboxing. So the box itself is pretty much standard fare Jordan 4 box with the so there's the top Jumpman logo, and then the speckled paint on the gray. Yeah, so everything looks about the same. The official colorway on this is Summit White and Fire Red. Nothing about black or anything like that, but that's the official Nike colorway. So let's get these guys out. The paper, you can see it's got that speckled print on it. Very late 80s, 90s kind of aesthetic. Very, very popular back then when I was growing up. Okay. And inside the box, yeah, no extra laces or anything like that. So that's it. It just comes with the standard white laces. We'll do a bit of lace swap later on. Okay, let's get these guys out. Yeah, it's got the, so a lot of people like the plastic Nike Air hang tags, but this is actually the original. The original came with these, not the acrylic one, but just basically like this, just the plastic Nike Air hang tag, and that's the actual original OG. The last couple of releases came with these acrylic ones that are much thicker. So here we are. It's a all leather upper. You've got the outsole there in black, gray, red. So yeah, the upper is all in leather, which actually wears really well. I like it. And then you got the speckled gray, the white cement, I guess, as they call it. But yeah, it's very, and then that's the white netting on there. So the unfortunate thing about this netting is it doesn't age very well, so it actually yellows, as you wear it and in the sun. So it's covered in this netting. One of the big changes is that they actually made this netting closer to the original release, which is really nice because the last release was a little bit off in terms of how the netting was. But yeah, that's one of the biggest issues. I have friends that bought like 3 or 4 pairs of these just because they know the netting is going to yellow. So they bought them just to, keep them fresh, which is pretty crazy. Because there are ways to basically unyellow them, and, we can kind of talk about that a little bit later. Taking a look, you can see it's got the Nike Air in the back, and oh, actually I did not notice that, but the splatter, look at that, the splatter's all over the Nike Air too. That's pretty cool design, and I don't know if the original was like that. I think the original was like that, but many years ago, so can't really remember. You've got the tongue with the Jumpman, and then on the back of the tongue is the Air Jordan text, kind of upside down, just very Jordan 4 there for you. So just standard fair Jordan 4. But I mean, this thing looks very much. And then the insole here, you got Nike Air logo. in a bit of a red infrared color. I'll just actually take the insole out of this shoe. It's probably a little bit easier. Pull these guys out and let's take a look. So yeah, it's just your typical polyurethane insole, nothing really special on them. And yeah, there's the Nike Air on there in red there. So yeah, there you have it. That's the I really like how the upper is all leather. I know the breads. Oh, let me turn that upside down. There you go. The Nike swoosh in red. Always back to the upper. I really like how the upper is actually all leather because the breads is suede nubuck on the side and actually doesn't wear very well. And we'll kind of look at that in the comparisons because we have a pair of breads, my son's breads, because like I said, I don't really fit Jordan 4, so I actually own 0 pairs of Jordan 4. With that being said, let's take a look and do the comparison with some of the other pairs that I have here. First pair we'll look at is grade school size. This is actually my son's pretty beat up pair of Bread Imagine that was released last year. So yeah, like all upper, all leather. And then you see the netting in black. The nice thing about the black is that it doesn't actually yellow. So, but you can see, yeah, this is pretty beat up. He wears this to school every day. This is one of his beaters. Up close, you can see that it's pretty beat up. He plays soccer and everything in these things. But the nice thing about it is it wears very well. Like, from a little bit farther, it just looks like a pretty well worn one. It doesn't look like really terribly beat up. You can take a look at the comparison. Very, very different colorways, of course, between the two. Yeah, you can see the plastic here, non-speckled versus a speckled. So, I used to love this speckled print, but I kind of grown out of it. It's a very 90s look, but of course, people that had the original pairs would love the OG look. And then, of course, you have the Air Jordan 3 black cement elephant print. Again, I'm not a big fan of elephant print. I've probably said that many times, but you can take a look at the colorway. It's clearly inspired from the Jordan 3. You've got the red Jumpman there. You've got hits of black and red all around, and then, well, this one's got the aged midsole there, whereas the midsole on the Jordan 4, as well as the netting, is not aged, so it's pure white. So it's just like what you would see when you pull these out of the box back in '89. So yeah, and then of course the Nike Air in the back there. So yeah, you can see a lot of inspiration in the colorway coming from the Jordan 3 when they first released. So yeah, let's put these away. Let's take a look. Just gonna throw these over here for a better look. So there you go. This is a very, very good looking shoe. Yeah, like I said, I really wish that I could fit Jordan 4s, but unfortunately I can't, and all I can do is just live vicariously through my son and my friends that wear them. So let's get these on feet with my friend and see how they look. Yeah, they look pretty good here. So let's take a look at some of the studio shots of the white cement Jordan 4s. Yeah, that really pops out that speckled gray midsole there. See the white laces. We'll get to the lace swap right after this. Great speckles and everything. Look at that close up of those speckles over the Nike Air on the back there. So it looks really, really cool. There's that upside down Air Jordan, and of course the netting here. So yeah, if your netting ever gets yellow on these ones, the easiest way to fix them up is just use a mix of hydrogen peroxide and baking powder, baking soda, but you can buy like the unyellowing cream, which is basically a mix of that, and wrap it up in saran wrap and put it under the sun or under UV light, and voila, a couple hours later, just unyellow. So anyways, let's take a look at some lace swaps that we have. We'll start things off with the OG white laces. Very, very classic. It just looks pretty perfect out of the box, and I know a lot of people do. I get a lot of down votes and everything for doing lace swaps, but hey, half the people like them and just wants to see what they can rock them with. So let's take a look and try a couple different colors and see what we have next. Here we have them in black and sail. Sail, I don't know how Sail looks there. I don't think it fits very well here because the shoe looks brand new and not aged. But black looks really good. It pops out a little bit better than the white laces. So I actually don't mind these black laces. I think that's a pretty good color on the shoe. But let me know in the comments what you think. Next up, we have red and pink. The bad pink, I don't think works very well on this either. Pink usually works really well on a lot of different shoes, but not on this pair. Red, again, there's already red hits on there, so it matches pretty well. Another one pops out, but I really prefer the white and the black more. But very surprised that pink doesn't work very well for me, so I usually love pink laces. All right, on to the next one. Huge surprise for me here is yellow looks really great on this. Just pops really well. The blue, a little bit too soft, doesn't really fit with this, but yellow is probably my third favorite one behind the OG white and then the black. Very different if I want to be kind of more showy and everything like that, but I can't believe how well that fits. Probably because of the red Jumpman there as well, so red and yellow just works really well. So so those are the lace swaps I have. Let's get some better photos of all of these guys. Yeah, that black really stands out. I really like how that black looks. Sail, not so much. Does not work very well at all in this color combination here. Wish it did. I thought it would, but it did not. On here, the red, again, very striking color. Matches with that red Jumpman. Looks really nice. Again, still surprised that pink doesn't work. Usually it works really well. And of course, the big surprise is the yellow. That yellow looks so good. Just days of just wanting to be a little more showy, a little bit more flashy. That yellow just really pops and really gets everyone's attention. So, all right, with that said, thank you very much for watching this video and supporting our channel. So we'll see you next time.